What is up, YouTube? Let me go get some water, man. I'm sitting here, I'm gonna start the video and everything, and then I'm gonna run out and get some water. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, in the beginning, y'all know they do the beginning. And anyway, check this out. Jaguar Wright exposes the web. The web. Jaguar Wright exposes the web. Diddy, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and all that stuff. Lipstick and alley connection. Lipstick and alley connection. Y'all hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
Here we are again.
Welcome
to the pod.
Yeah.
The uncensored pod. Truly uncensored. Not Piers Morgan uncensored, but Jaguar Wright uncensored. I tell you, as I'm doing my research and I'm looking through all of these things and I'm seeing what's going on, it's hard for me not to say more. And a lot of people are questioning, oh, she's not saying anything. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. That's not true. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Amen.
Paying attention like I always have. And I'm watching how things are falling out. And it's funny because a lot of things seem to be going exactly the way I said they would. When I sat on Piers Morgan and I said that there were going to be little fires everywhere.
No chat, y'all.
I wasn't kidding, was I? Been nothing but fire since I sat down on that man's platform. And it's been quite explosive, consistently. Speaking of explosive, since people say I don't talk about anything regarding the trial, why don't we talk about 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, the car that blew up, and this Rico.
The Rico, y'all.
The whole thing with Rico is, and this is what a lot of people aren't paying attention to.
Not paying attention to. Talk to me.
If you can prove collusion between multiple parties attached to a criminal organization, everybody has to be brought up on those charges. Everyone can be brought into those charges. That's how they were able to get the Mafia in line. So now, why don't we talking about what's looking to be the new Mafia, the music industry? You have Cassie, who's now the sacrificial lamb for the entire freak-off industry, being totally ran through the muck. People saying, oh, she was this and she was that. It sounds like that song, Crush on You. She's a slut, she's a hoe, she's a freak. Got a different work every day of the week. But nobody's bothering to really pay attention to where the pressure comes from. Now, I've talked about the fact that none of these people are perfect. If you're in the industry, if you signed a contract, you got dirt on you. That's the only way they'll accept you. I would know. I signed those contracts. I was there. Part of the reason why I walked away before they wouldn't let me walk away. So let's talk about when Cassie actually tried to walk away and start a new relationship with someone else who was into her and she was into them. These were young people. Diddy still had Kim Porter at home with the kids. He was still messing with that girl, Gina. God knows who else, as we are finding out in the midst of all of this weirdness. But the second that she tried to start her life with someone new, and it looked like she was going to be happy in doing that, all of a sudden, here comes the diddler to kill the dead. Not to save it, but to destroy it. And he blew up that man's car. I don't know. In my opinion, that would be enough to get me to stay away from a girl that I really like. It would really be, that would be a very, very, very good reason. Which then again leads me right back to 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, who just testified in court saying that she was forced to go along with the diddler in a bad boy company car. And people were trying to insinuate that her fingers were on the Molotov cocktail that was thrown into the car to blow it up. Now, why would that happen? What I do know is this. When I was young, I used to mess with some bad boys too. And there was an instance where something had happened, and I was asked to pick up something and hand it to that person. And I did. And my fingerprints were on it. I come to find out later that thing that I had my hand on caused a lot of harm to a bunch of people that I didn't know and had no contact with. But my fingerprints was on it. Now, I'm not going to get into too many details about that experience for myself, but I bring it up to say this. When you're dealing with a bad guy who's looking to find ways to keep you chained to a bad situation so that they can control you, control your movements, control what you say, control what you do, because of what they're holding over your head, it's a terrible spot to be in. And it sounds like to me that maybe that's what happened to 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦. Why would he bring her along on a ride along like she was a police explorer and he was showing her the ropes of how to be a terrible person and a monster? Why would he do that unless he was trying to create some way to lock her to something that she would be ashamed to be attached to keep her there? And it sounds like, considering what she spoke about that she went through at death row, and then the things that Suge Knight have come forward and said just in this past week, which, by the way, people really need to go back and listen to that. Stop paying attention to what he said and pay attention to why he said what he said. Because he also spoke about how she had been very poorly treated at death row by someone who we know who's been heralding himself as some kind of hip-hop hero all along, Reggie Wright Jr., who's looking more suspect by the day. But then again, I've always said so. So let's go even further down the rabbit hole. And let's talk about Curtis, who I call Curtis 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 Jackson. Some of y'all call him 50 Cent. Right around the time that 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 was on the stand testifying as to what happened to Kid Cudi's car, Mr. Jackson decides to let everybody know that allegedly Mr. Carter was behind helping Diddy pull that off. So once again, collusion. Now, Diddy also said, if I'm correct, at the Bad Boy 20th anniversary concert, where Jay-Z was hundreds and thousands of miles away, but he was flown in special just to be there for that moment. And he called him his strategist. He called him his brother. He said very specifically, he is the person that I go to when I'm in trouble. He helps me fix all my problems. Now, all of this happened in 2012. What else was going on in 2012? Oh, yeah, that's right. The election campaign for Barack Obama. And if I got that right, that was around the time that Trump was deciding to go into politics, which he just said in the Oval Office the other day when he got ambushed with a Diddy pardon question, that Diddy was the one who cut him off. Diddy also became a DNC supporter with his brother, Jay-Z. Now, if I fast forward, actually, let's not fast forward. Let's rewind back to 2011. Because in 2011, on September 2nd, the alleged mistress of Jay-Z, whose family confirmed she was pregnant before she died, she passed away just 2 days before Beyonce's birthday. And right before she made the big announcement that she was. But let's not go too far. Let's stay right where we are. As of this year, there were emails that surfaced from an unknown former celebrity public relations firm. I didn't say agent. I said artist. But apparently this person had leaked some emails stating, to a blogger on YouTube, of course, stating that Kim Porter and 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 White had been in communication during the last year of her life. That 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 White had went to Kim Porter looking for help and looking for guidance on how to deal with her Jay-Z problem. They stated in these emails that Kathy had been being threatened, harassed. Matter of fact, there was a text message, I believe, that it said came from Mr. Carter, allegedly, where he threatened to use a wire hanger to end Kathy's pregnancy.
Don't say that.
There was allegedly a meeting with Kim Porter where there were phone messages, tape recordings from a independent, Radio Shack tape recorder. Voice mail messages, back when those phones, you used to have the tape inside your phone and it was recorded and you would have it all right there on the phone. Allegedly, Kim Porter was supposed to have all of these things given to her by 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 White. And Diddy found out that they were having their little secret meeting in New York. And allegedly was alerted by Mary J. Blige, who had spotted him and Kathy together at Barney's. Diddy found out about it. They said he was very upset, demanded that Kim not go back to California, but stay in New York until he got there. And not long after that, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 White was dead. What it's starting to sound like to me is, while everybody is busy listening to all of the nasty, salacious details, people are missing that this Rico was looking more and more real every day. Because from all the information I just shared with y'all, what it sounds like is that the Jigga Man fixes the diddler's problems when he needs it, and the diddler fixes the Jigga Man's problems when he needs it. Which would be in complete contradiction to what Alex Spiro had to say when he did his whole PowerPoint breakup between Diddy and Jay-Z, and said that they were only work associates and never friends. But the thing is, even if that was true, and if they were just work associates, and they were doing all of these things, and these things were being done, held under the umbrellas of their so-called enterprises and companies, then that would make all of this definitely RICO-worthy. So, there's a lot more information that I'm going to be going through on these pods. There's a lot more things that I'm going to be breaking down. But the last thing that I want to break down is simply this. There's a lot of people that say, I don't know anything. There's a lot of people that say, I just make things up. There's a lot of people that say, I'm guessing and I'm doing this. But I'm still waiting for anyone to tell me that anything that they've heard in this trial so far is any different than anything that I've already heard. I spared the public all the gory, nasty little details.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I've said on numerous occasions in my interviews on the Blue Couch that with all that I've had to say, I haven't even said anything. I think that would make me accurate. What people need to question are outlets like Lipstick Alley. Because what I do know is Lipstick Alley ain't nothing but a lineup site. Setting people up and lining people up. That's what I know. Which is why I've avoided it for years. I don't understand why nobody's really even looked into that platform. Who backs it, who sponsors it, and who runs it. But what I can say is Lipstick Alley ain't been my source. I don't watch it. You can go through any of the only reason I know about it is because of a YouTuber that I used to work with that told me that they were investigating me. So I think what people really need to take into consideration is this. Is it that Jag has been parroting Lipstick Alley comments and content? Or is it really Lipstick Alley that's been following me and chopping and screwing and remixing all of the things that I've been saying to their validity? Because I know for a fact that Lipstick Alley has been following me long before I came to YouTube. They were following me on my Instagram. Oops. Y'all got to be careful when you're dealing with these people online, because most of them don't even know anything. They just follow the people who are shadow banned because they know that their information is being held so that they can run with it on their search engine that's being promoted and pretend like they said it first. But, you know, that's just how I feel about it. So, on all of that, y'all need to stay tuned. Because we're going to be going deeper in the timeline, and I am going to be exposing every distraction that's happening during this trial. Because everyone needs to pay attention to the facts. The truth is, for those of us who really have respect for justice, the last thing anybody should be doing is talking about this trial rather than listening to the facts that are being presented on the stand by real live witnesses who were there. And on that note, my name is Jaguar Wright. This is the Jaguar Wright Uncensored podcast.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I'll be dropping more bombs.
Most definitely. Peace out, y'all. Hey, I got my Jaguar Wright shirt. I wore it while I was up at the courthouse. I was going to say clubhouse. I wore the shirt. I got two of them, y'all. I'm going to be hanging one of them up. I bought two of them. And I did it twice because the first time I didn't get my shirts, man. What's up with that, Jag? I don't know. Uncle Mike probably did something wrong. He had no business doing. But I'm hoping that you got the money for the first time I did it, because you can have that. That's my donation to you. I'm not mad. I bought the 2 shirts the first time. I bought 2 shirts the second time. But whatever. I want to support and donate it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make a difference. I just hope that you getting your ching-chings. Yeah, that's right. What else? She wasn't lying when these people, man, there's some crazy folks. They ain't got no talent. So they don't have nothing. So they ain't got nothing but the lies and make up things. And they don't look at the heart of people. So some of y'all, the majority of the people that watch Uncle Mike, and I thank y'all so much, man, from the bottom of my heart. I thank y'all. Y'all know that I'm sincere. I have came on this channel plenty of times, and I apologize because I'm human. I will make a mistake. I'm human. But at the same time, I know what I know. I know music. I know the music industry. I tried my best to get record deals and do business with people. I'm still doing deals and business with people. So y'all roll with a brother a little bit. I'm scared to stand out there, man, because people, as soon as you stick your head up and try to do something, they want to push you down. They want to push you down. So I don't blame Jaguar Wright for trying, why she ain't singing and doing no music. Why I'm not singing and doing no music? Because as soon as you do music or something, everybody wants, man, that don't sound good. Okay, let's hear your song then. Let's hear your music. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. And it kind of, sometimes it weighs on you, I got people apologizing for saying something on their channel. I ain't even heard it. Man, my bad, man. I kind of but you know how it is. No, I don't know how it is, because I don't lie. I got video footage of the paparazzi wannabe is lying to the lady walking into the courtroom. She just walking in trying to do her job, man. He said, "Oh, you dropped something?" Ready to take a picture. I said, "Why would you say that?" I'm learning. I don't know. Why would you tell her that lie? I mean, he was loud and lied. Because, you know how much of a good picture I can get if she would have turned around? Yeah, but you lied to her. That's a lie. She didn't drop nothing. And now that she didn't turn around and you're talking to me, so basically you lied. You don't give a shit that you lied. You don't even give a shit. My bad. See, I'm not a liar, so I watch. I try my best not to lie. Even when I'm telling the truth, I may be lying. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff, man. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I got work to do. I got a lot of work to do. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.